heading out real quick, getting those ingredients I was talking about yesterday for Monday's grilling. But the rest of this video we're going to talk about, since everybody's been asking this question, technically how we plan our trips. I'll give you some tips and ideas on how you can plan your next vacation if you plan properly, especially with today with the aid of the computers and internet. It will also help you find deals and bargains, and also help plan the book early for your trip to get the best prices. So we'll talk about that later. Right now I gotta get going. I'll see you later. Making vacation plans for next year already.
You guys, in order to do, hello YouTube.
Yeah.
In order to vacation, you guys have to work out a budget.
That's right. This is where we start about right now.
Yes.
So this is how we start planning, and we start budgeting when we have a general idea what we're talking about, where we agree to go. Then we work a budget. Yeah.
Yes.
Now I'll talk on how I did it. Okay.
All right, you guys, and good night, YouTube.
All right. See you tomorrow.
Yes.
All right. I had a past video back in 2016 how I penciled out a budget. We planned to go. I think it was a trip we went to Cedar Point, where I wrote out a budget on a piece of paper, and I estimated the cost of everything. Okay, so right now we still haven't made an official decision where we're going to go next summer. We did talk about last week about another possible train ride, but like I said, it comes down to the key word Angie said. Budget comes down to our budget. So our budget is not going to be as big as it was last year, which it was unbelievably big last year, because we had in order to pull that trip, the 2 weeks off, we knew we needed a maximum of or a minimum that we need to go to execute the whole trip. Now we modified when we started booking. We started modifying our trip somewhat. That was the first time last year we actually had to modify our trip while booking it. So we made some changes, but the trip turned out okay, so that was good. But like I said, everybody's going to run their budget a little bit differently. This is what we do. This is what I would do. Is this. Okay, next year, let's say, example, we're running let's do an amusement park trip. The one we planned back in 2020 before the pandemic took place. And yeah, that what made us stay locally and kind of changed. I had to turn on that light so you can see me better. Yeah, it's just one of those things that we will just iron out from how much our cost. Well, if we know where we're going to go, so if we know exactly where we're going to go, so let's say if we're doing the Cedar Fair Park, we'll go like to Kings Island, then we'll go out to North and South Carolina to Carowinds, maybe just do one day there or whatever, then head up to Doswell to King's Dominion, then head a couple days at Cedar Point. Cedar Point is the biggest park, and we always take 2 days there. But then we're heading to a park that's just as big, and we have not been there, or don't know if we're going to go there or not. So we have to make concessions. We have to modify in a way. But if we do Cedar Fair Park, I have to budget. Well, first thing is, how long will it be gone, technically? So it won't be a full 2 weeks vacation, but it's going to be around 9 to 10 days estimated. So it just all depends how fast we leave here in town. Now, because my work schedule has changed somewhat, that's going to change how we're going to depart from here. That could finally make a final decision how our trip is going to pan out for the whole 9 days that we're going to be gone. So I have to. So between now, or as you watch this video, and when we start booking it I would say in May, we'll probably book it in May. Get our tickets ordered, hotels booked, everything in May hopefully for a mid to late July vacation, something like that for next year. So we'll have to see how that works out. Then how I do for budgeting is before the park closes, I'll get an estimated daily gate price that they're charging for daily admission. Then next year I'll up it by 20 to 30%. I'll add 30% more higher for the ticket prices. I also estimated about an average hotel stay. So what do we spend last year on our average hotel stay at, let's say, a Super 8 or a Motel 6, whatever our average stay was. Well, what was our highest price? What is our lowest price? Average it all out. We'll probably go over the high-end price just to make sure we have enough money to go. That's another thing is, I overprice everything. I do this for a reason, just to make sure that I have enough money to go and we have enough money to spend and maybe have enough money left over after a trip, because after every trip there's something called bills. You still gotta pay those bills when you come home from any vacation, like last year, year before, and the year before, and you know what I mean. So let's say right now we don't have nothing officially planned yet. We'll probably be sitting together off and on between now and January, probably around late January, early February. We'll have a general idea what we're going to plan to do, and I think about March or April we'll make an official announcement of what we'll be doing July 2022 for, let's say, for 7 to 10 days, depending on our work schedule. So everything's going to be based on our work schedules, of course, and that. Then putting the time off again. So basically that's going to be it. And I already mentioned at work, it will not be a 2 weeks this year, because I don't think we can afford it this year. Last year we can afford it. Boy, did we pay for it, but we had fun, didn't we? Yes, we did. We had fun. Unfortunately, not many people likes the videos. I don't know. It's the way it is. It is what it is. Hey, maybe those views will jump up before you know it. Then when I do over budget, I just put some numbers down. I'll ink down some numbers from car rental for the week, estimated prices of what my renter's insurance on the insurance on it I'm going to have to pay for the time I'm going to be renting the car. I'm going to be renting the car for at least 2 weeks. At least one good thing positive is we don't have a return fee. We don't have a return fee. That means we're not renting from one town and leaving it out for another town. So we don't have to worry about that fee anymore. So that's one good thing. We will save automatically up to $1,000 on that end. So that helps out greatly on our car rental and that. So now we're just going to have to we're going to have to write down how much our park tickets are, what our tickets are going to cost, our food, games, souvenirs, all that good stuff. I'm thinking if we can squeak by on a $4,000 budget, maybe it's a tighter budget, but we've done these tight budgets before and we pulled it off. Last year, the reason we loosened up our budget is because it's some place we called Las Vegas, and I did over budget Vegas for the gambling end, but we didn't spend all the money on the gambling end, so some of the gambling money went to something else. So that's why we had a nice little bankroll coming back home, and it works out to our benefit because it's a down payment for this coming up vacation that we got planned. And all I gotta do is sit here with Angie one of these days. Either she'll sit here or she'll sit there. We might be sitting out there, or sitting over at the computer, or sitting at a local bar, maybe at the riverfront. Who knows? As of right now, nothing official yet for next year's vacation. We're looking at some options, and my option is I would love to go out east to see possibly a subscriber out east during this whole trip. That could be a possibility. Carla, if you're watching, this could be a possibility. But I'm also itching to go back to Vegas next summer too. But if we do that, I'm going to hold off till late August, early September. But if we can do a 1 week vacation and let the management know, maybe let our employers know, possibly, maybe takes a little extra time off around the towards the holidays. Not really Christmas, because that's too expensive to go, basically. But we're looking at possibly, maybe prior to Thanksgiving, maybe possibly do a sneak getaway, something like that. I'll have to wait and see on that end. I'll have to work up a budget and see how that works out. I doubt it's not going to happen, but if it does, you'll be with us to enjoy it. Right now, like I said, it all comes down to keyword budget. We'll base how much money we save between now and February. There will be some other big expenses we're going to have to do. We are still debating on the replacement of the TV this time around. I'm also doing a surprise deal with Angie, and there may be a possibility of a surprise 3-day getaway. When things get a little too stressful, I'll decide to say, you know what, let's get out of town for 3 days. Where we go, we don't know, because we're going to have to wait till then. Right now, like I said, budget-wise, we work up a budget differently. I'm pretty sure you guys work your own different budgets of how you guys plan your trips, how you budget your own trips. For me, I tend to over-budget everything. I add extra value. I overestimate everything. So this way, I'm guaranteed we have the money to cover everything in case if there was a surprise increase here or there, and we have the money to do it. Hopefully. That's how I plan our trips. And with the advent of the computer, makes booking and purchasing a lot easier than quite a few years ago when first Angie and I got together, where we basically wing it. And it's not fun winging things no more. It's always best to go on that computer, book your hotels, book your car rental, do everything budget-wise, and you'll have a happier budget because you have money left over time everything's all said and done, hopefully. Right now, you guys are bored with this information, but it is our opinion. It's not facts. It's something I've always practiced. Every time we planned the trip, there was no different from last year. Just that prior to going, I realized after we started purchasing everything and started buying our hotel rooms, booking our hotel rooms, I realized, you know what? We got a little extra money to spend in Vegas, and good thing we did, because we used almost, not all of it, but we almost used about 60% of it. The rest of it was towards home and other stuff. When we come home, most of it paid bills and down payment for this vacation coming up in the summer. Alright, let's get out of here. Good night, everybody. Good morning. Good afternoon. Whenever you watch this, please like, share, subscribe. Don't forget the subscribe button, notification bell. We'll see you later.